Hello there. The land itself remembers the past, and memories can be made images. With our magic, harvested from the earth, we can bring those memories forth, live them again, see what our ancestors saw as real as a waking dream. I'm sure those Hollywood types would love to get their hands on this recipe. Sit. Breathe. Raise the anchor of your soul and let your mind drift out into the great ocean. You really do have trouble letting go, don't you? Close your eyes. Your spirit wants this. My voice will be your guide through the memories. Listen to it. Let me be your anchor to this place, and you won't get lost. I'll pull you back when you've seen what there is to see. Don't worry. I've done this before. At least once. Maybe I haven't. My memories are not as vivid as the Earth's. It was back in the days of our forefathers, many lifetimes ago, that our land was invaded by an army of darkness from the distant south.
So at this point we are going to hop into the Darkness War, which is a dungeon on Solomon Island.
Take care now.
And we just lost one of our team members. So we're actually going to do this with 4 players. And this is a pretty hard dungeon. But I've got a dev along with us, so, you know. He can twiddle his fingers and help us out a bit. So to hop into the dungeon, we're going to use the bedroll and go to sleep. And then we will dream about the past. So this here is an ancient Wabanaki village. Way back before Europeans settled here. Europeans? Whatever we are, white people.
They came in terrible ships, riding creatures of nightmares, wielding powerful black magic. We know them now as Mayans, but our ancestors saw them only as masked demons from a hellish place. Our tribe was outnumbered and stood no chance against the invaders. Many warriors had lost their lives in the first battle, and the second battle was sure to destroy us all and leave the mountains unprotected.
So old Joseph is helping me out in this commentary. The ancient Wabanaki people were invaded by the Mayans, and a lot of Wabanaki died. And here we're going to fight one of the Mayan warriors. And his minions. So when he shoots that red beam at his minions, he's actually turning those minions into bombs, and they will explode if they get near you. But we vanquished him and won, so... So here we are fighting a whole tribe of Mayans? What's a word for a collective group of Mayans? Basically the boss at the end is killing his own minions in order to power himself up. So the more we kill, the less he can kill to power himself up and the less powerful he will be. So this stage of the fight is to kill as many people as we can before he can get them. And here comes the big guy now. He spews forth filth that just covers everywhere, so you want to not stand in it. Stay away from it. And we got him. 2 bosses down. Why don't we get old Joseph to explain the next part? Go on, Joseph.
The Norsemen came then upon our shores in longboats, and they brought with them a powerful sword. Together, the Wabanaki and the Vikings were to build a shield around this island that would keep it safe from our enemies, from those who wished to dig into the mountain and unleash the serpent.
Thanks, Joseph. So at this point, it became sort of a 3-way war, and the Vikings arrived on Solomon Island to help the Wabanaki fight off the Mayans. But the Mayans were still too powerful. Now this guy can be tricky. He's got a number of different AoEs, and you can tell what he's doing by the marks on the ground. That one in particular means you have to stay away from him and fight the ads until he finishes. This one means stay near him because of those rocks swirling around in a circle. That line means don't stand on the line itself. Basically, you have to really pay attention during this fight and keep moving. Oh, I'm caught on the other side, so I had to dash through. And so you see there, the line actually rotates sometimes, so you have to be really careful. There's a lot of things happening at once in this fight. And we get the cross. That's even harder. Yay! 3 down.
With the blessing of our ancestors and theirs, with the power of all our rites and rituals along with those of the Vikings, with every man and every woman standing tall with a weapon in their hands, we were ready.
Thanks, Joe. So here's a lore piece, and you'll find even inside the dungeons there is pieces of lore. So now we fight an ACAB boss. So even back hundreds of years ago, the ACAB were still around on Solomon Island. These little guys are easy to kill, but they do leave a puddle of blood which does not go away, and it'll hurt you if you stand in it. So what you need to try to do is kill them all in the same area, don't spread them around, otherwise you won't have as much space to fight the end boss when he appears. There he is. Yay! Take it, Joe.
Time was short, and the darkness had to be stopped. By club, by spear, by sword, and by magic.
Thanks. Now this guy can be a pain in the butt. He's a Mayan mage. He throws bombs. He has a shield. He calls in ads. He teleports. He sends missiles out. There's the missiles he sends out. Just don't stand in them and you'll be fine. But sometimes it's hard to avoid them. There we go, and his ads disappear. So that was the second last boss. Now we are going to head up through the forest, and then we will tackle the final guy. There we go. The Wabanaki are going to help us by sending us through.
On our side, the battle was hard, and the Mayans crept ever closer to the summit and to the gateway into the hills, the gateway that had long been guarded by our people. It was the place of whispers, our tribe knew, and anyone who came too close was poisoned.
So the Wabanaki helped us a bit by sending us through the forest. And now we're at the end, to the final boss fight. And you can see the big giant rift there, or whatever it is. I honestly don't know what the hell that is. You'll recognize it from the Tokyo flashback. So basically, even with the Vikings' help, the Wabanaki still couldn't defeat the Mayans. So, this is the final showdown. Now, right when it seems like we're defeating the Mayan minions, the big guy appears, because he's just realised he needs to actually attack us directly. And, like the other guy, one of the other bosses, he spews filth everywhere. He's an ugly thing. Now he's just dazed us. We'll do it again in a minute. Bam! The others got sucked into the filth. He actually draws you towards him. I was too far away, so I didn't get affected. Now he's going to be really rude and resurrect all of the Mayan minions that we defeated before at the start of this fight. And we have to kill them all over again. So this guy is a Viking that's come to help us in the fight against the big guy, and he's actually holding Excalibur and he's buffing all of us, so that gives us some renewed energy so we can defeat the minions. And more up here, of course. Now, at this part of the fight, unfortunately I died. And you respawn at the Anima Well. For big boss fights like this, you can't re-enter the battle, but you can press the camera icon and view the fight from a closer angle. There's different cameras that you can check out, different viewpoints. Or you can just watch it from there. Actually, with this particular battle, I was pretty close anyway. And there we go. They finished off the big guy, and we got him.
Much blood was shed that day and night. But when dawn finally came, we stood before that gaping mouth and our enemy was dead or had fled. We were victorious. This is our story. This is the story of the people of the Dawn.
Good job. You really nailed this one. Keep this up and there's a place on the winning team when the dust clears.
So that was the Darkness Wars. There you can see a close-up of the big rift. I don't even know what to call it. I'm just saying rift. Don't know what the hell it is, but it looks amazing. This is the end of the press walkthrough that I got to go on. I hope you enjoyed it, because I did. And keep watching our YouTube channel, there will be more videos coming. Also note, you can't jump in. You die. See you later.